You do not hate reunions. You just do not want people from your past to see who you are now. That is what makes it hard. It is not only social anxiety. It is not only awkwardness. It is not only small talk. It is the quiet fear that your present life does not match the person you thought you would become. You thought you would arrive here differently, stronger, further ahead, more certain, more complete. You thought that by now you would have a life you could explain without shrinking. So when a reunion appears, it does not just feel like an event. It feels like a mirror. And sometimes that mirror is cruel. It is not that you do not miss people. It is not that you do not care. It is not that you want to stay distant forever. It is just hard to stand in front of familiar faces when you do not feel at peace with the life you're living. The hardest question is never, "Are you coming?" The hardest question is, "What have you been up to?" Because that question sounds simple on the outside. But inside, it touches everything. The dreams that did not happen, the plans that broke, the years that moved but did not become what you hoped they would become. You are not afraid of being judged that much. The deeper pain is this. You're already judging yourself. That is why it hurts. You are not only meeting old classmates. You are meeting an older version of yourself. The one who believed more. The one who expected more. The one who was sure life would become something clearer by now. And standing between that old hope and this present reality can feel unbearable. That is why reunions feel heavy. They gather people in one room, but they also gather time, the past, the imagined future, and the life you actually ended up living, all at once. That is a lot to carry with a calm face. Some people think reunion pain comes from envy. Sometimes it does, but more often it comes from grief. Grief for the life you thought you would have by now. Grief for the version of you who believed effort would make things simple. Grief for the years you cannot explain neatly. And that grief gets louder when everyone seems to have a story ready. A promotion, a marriage, a house, a child, a dream achieved, a life that sounds easy to summarize. Meanwhile, your own story may still feel unfinished, messy, delayed, hard to name, and that can make you feel as if you failed. But an unfinished life is not a failed life. A confusing season is not a meaningless one, and a quiet struggle does not make you less worthy of being seen. Still, that truth is hard to feel when the room is full of people who remind you of who you used to be. Because the past has a strange power. It can make grown people feel young in the worst way. Suddenly, you are not only yourself today, you're also your younger insecurity, your old comparison, your unfinished shame, your silent hope, your hidden disappointment. All of it comes back at once. That is why some people get tired before they even arrive. Not because they are weak, because they are carrying more than anyone can see. They are carrying the distance between who they are and who they thought they would be. That distance hurts, especially when no one else can see it from the outside. From the outside, you may look fine, but inside, you may still be trying to forgive yourself for not becoming what you promised yourself. That is why this pain should not be mocked, and it should not be reduced to confidence issues. Sometimes it is not low confidence. Sometimes it is sorrow. Sometimes it is exhaustion. Sometimes it is the quiet humiliation of feeling behind in front of people who once knew your beginning. But even then, you should know this. Your life does not lose value because it cannot be summarized well. You are not behind just because your story does not sound impressive in one sentence. Some people learned through achievement. Some people learned through survival. And survival is not a smaller life. You kept going through years that may not look beautiful from the outside. You woke up. You kept moving. You endured days you never imagined you would have to endure. That counts. Even if no reunion room knows how to applaud it. Even if no old friend can see what it took. Even if your life still feels far from what you wanted. That does not erase the strength it took to remain here. So no, you do not hate reunions. You just do not want your past to look at your present before you have made peace with it. And maybe that is not pride. Maybe that is pain. Maybe that is the heart trying to protect itself from one more comparison it cannot survive tonight. So if you cannot go yet, do not lie to yourself by calling it laziness. And do not punish yourself by calling it weakness. Sometimes you are simply not ready to stand inside a room where the past and the present collide too hard. That does not make you broken. It makes you human. One day you may go, not because your life became perfect, not because you finally impressed everyone, but because you no longer need your life to look perfect before it deserves to be seen. That day is different. That day is not about success. It is about peace. Until then, be careful with yourself. You do not have to rush into places that reopen wounds you are still learning how to carry. You do not hate reunions. You just do not want people from your past to see your present pain. And sometimes, giving that pain its real name is the first honest kindness you can give yourself.